first start getting into like living a low-tox life or trying to cut out toxins from your life, it can be so overwhelming, and it feels like you go down this deep rabbit hole, and it feels like everything is out to get you. It feels like there's so many things in our world today that are just out there to tear our health down, to make us sick, and all those things. Well, I'm here today to talk about some strategies to really just do this without being all stressed out, to not go down the rabbit holes and get overwhelmed with all the things that are out of order or that we need to change in our lives or to make ourselves healthier, all those things. So today we're going to talk about 5 different strategies that I use to live a lower tox life without all the stress that comes with it. Now, I don't really have these like in order as far as most important to least important or anything like that. These are just a few things that I have thought about and that I have used in my own life to just help take that stress out and actually be able to do what matters and will make a difference in my life. The first one is to prioritize. And I know that can seem so like, yay, whatever, but it really does help, because especially if you think about if you have a health problem, like so many of us have had a health issue come up that has actually put us into this realm of having to figure out how to help our bodies heal and become all that it can be. For me, that's what happened, and that forced me to have to look into what I was putting into my body, what I was surrounding my body with, and actually deal with it from that angle. And so if you have a health problem, you need to prioritize the things that will affect that health issue the most. So like if you have a gut issue, focusing on eating good, healthy food, learning how to cook things, finding foods that you can eat that are clean and healthy, that's gonna be your one priority. The one caveat I will say with that is that sometimes our things that we surround ourselves with, our bodies with, what we put on our bodies, can affect us more than we know. For me, I did not realize mold was such an issue and was affecting my gut so much. And so I have Crohn's disease, and so mold was making so I could not get out of a flare. So don't discredit other things, but focus on the things that are gonna make the most difference in your life right now. The thing is, you can't win every battle. You have to pick and choose. At some point, you cannot change everything all at once. You have to pick what is gonna make the most impact right now. The next strategy is to simplify your home. Stuff, clutter affects us all in many different ways, but it is a lot harder to focus on change and building good habits when we are surrounded by too many things that need to be done. And so taking little steps to simplify wherever you can in your home takes off a big weight. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day to declutter a few things, it adds up and it makes a big difference. The third strategy I have, and you've probably heard this in a lot of different places, is to simply replace things when they run out or when they break with the better options that you know of. So don't just go and try to throw out half your house and replace it all, because that's gonna be crazy expensive and stressful. But you know, when you run out of the shampoo or the deodorant or something breaks in your home, then replace it with a healthier option. Same with food. If you run out of this certain kind of food that has seed oils in or whatever, go try to find a replacement. It's another way of prioritizing in reality. It's not trying to take on everything at once, and it just makes it a lot simpler. The next strategy is simply get off social media, stop listening to all the things. Overwhelm comes so much when we want to learn, we want to figure out, okay, how will this affect me or that affect me or my kids or whatever the case may be. But at some point you may need to just turn it off, because all that information is going in there and you're not even able to utilize it all, and often it can lead to fear, anxiety, all those things, and it's not helping you. And sometimes it's better to just put it off, because the stress that can cause sometimes is worse for your health than the toxins it could potentially save you from. And the last one I have is to not go with the fear, which is kind of going back to the last one I just talked about, but you cannot go with the fear of what all your body is surrounded with, what all is going into your body, because it's just going to be overwhelming. You have to choose to trust God. There is no way possible that you can completely protect yourself and your family from every single toxin. It is absolutely impossible. And so you need to choose to trust God with everything, in that He's going to show you what is most important, what do you need to deal with, and what is something you just need to release and not worry about, because He is our healer, He is our protector, and He is the one that can guide you into knowing what is best for your health, for your body, and for your family. Because I promise you, the stress of trying to figure out what is, what could be possibly affecting your health or whatever is not going to help you in the long run. And getting your rest and choosing to rest in Christ and what He's done, and choosing to trust Him that He'll show you if you need to change something, is so much better and so much less stressful. And He knows better than you what will affect your body and what is most important to get rid of. So listen to Him. If He tells you something, if He inspires something, listen and go with that first. So I hope that has been helpful to you in some way, giving you some ideas of ways that you could release some stress, actually go about this in a way that is healthy and from a place of rest instead of struggle and overwhelm and stressed out and hurry and the hustle. Like, let's just put that all aside. Let's go about this in a way that honors God, in a way that is trusting and walking in the truth and in the light and without fear. So God bless your week. We'll talk to you later.